Hello, and welcome to MPX Eve. This is Schiff with your next video. In this segment, we will cover character creation. When you sign on to Eve for the first time, you're going to have to create a character. So, you're going to want to know a little something about each race before you begin. The Caldari have a strong set of ships. These ships are shield tanked. They also use hybrid weapons and missiles as their primary weapons. Up next is the Minmatar. Minmatar, again, have strong ships that are fast, have a decent shield tank, and their primary weapons are again missiles and projectile weapons. While the shield tanks on these ships are not as strong as that of the Caldari, the ships have an added bonus of being faster, so that makes up for a little bit of their tank because you miss them more often as you're shooting at them. Up next are the Gallente. The Gallente use armor ships. They're slow, but they have a lot of armor, and it takes a lot of time to beat down that armor. They also use drones as one of their primary means of dealing damage, along with hybrid weapons, much like the Caldari. Up next are the Amarr. The Amarr again use armor-based ships. They also use energy-based weapons, and some drones, not to the degree that the Gallente use drones, but some drones. Now that was a pretty basic description of the race and the type of ships that they have. But you need to look into each ship in order to decide what you really want to do. And remember that you can cross-train any race on any character. This brings me to my next point. Bloodlines. After you've selected your race, you'll get to choose between 3 bloodlines. The main purpose of these is the look of the bloodline. There's no special abilities that come with a bloodline, so don't panic when you get to the bloodline section. There's really no difference except for the way they look. And this is because people want to be able to model their character as closely as possible, often, to what they themselves look like, or sometimes what they wish they looked like. As you look through the different bloodlines, you'll notice that they all represent basically a nationality that exists here on Earth. So you can pick one that closely resembles you, or what you think you look like, or maybe what you want to look like, and then model the character even more later. This is the only purpose of the bloodline, so choose wisely, and remember that you're kind of stuck with the way you look. You can change it pretty drastically, but you can't change the general look of the character. Some things like hair and even the clothes that they wear are permanent based on which ones you pick. You can buy clothes later, but when you're first starting out, I recommend not getting too caught up in how you look. That kind of thing just naturally progresses as you play. But I do recommend taking your time on the major facial features. You can see here, by the menu on the right-hand side, that there are many, many, many options. Everything from cheeks to eyeballs to different clothes, facial modifications, piercings, tattoos. And as you move the mouse around, you'll notice that you can highlight different areas of the face. Make them larger, smaller, squish them together, make them further apart. It just really depends on what you want your character to look like. It's pretty rare to see this level of detail in a character creation in most any game. So I recommend that you take your time and really make this your own. The next step in the process is the portrait. Now this is how everyone in the game is going to see you. This is your first impression, so to speak. Whenever you talk in local or any other kind of chat, this is what people are going to see, your portrait. When they click on your character to view more information, how old you are, who you've worked with, that sort of thing, they're going to see your portrait. So this is your chance to add a little flair. There's also many options in this menu, from backgrounds to different facial feature changes, so you can make them smile, frown, whatever. The next section could be the most important, selecting a name. You don't want to make it something off the wall, crazy, or ridiculous, unless that's just the type of person you want and the kind of vibes you want to send out amongst the universe. So take your time and put some thought into this, because you can never change it. Eve is all about reputation, so they don't ever let you change your name. Since your reputation is everything, and your name is tied to your reputation, you want your name to be meaningful and something that people will remember. If you're planning on being good, if you're planning on doing horrible things in the game, you should probably try something that nobody will notice, like John Smith. And there you have it, a new character is born. Please subscribe and remember to check back later. My next video is going to be over the Neocom, which controls all the major functions in Eve. And as always, please check us out at multiplexgaming.com. This is Shift signing out.